Welcome to another episode of RideAndChat. My name is Dr. Sam. Today's encounter is very sensitive, and please, I would like you to watch from the beginning to the end because there are a lot of shocking elements within today's encounter. I actually felt sad and very bad when I heard this encounter, and I had to stop everything that we were doing from the shoot that we were doing to make sure that we bring you this encounter first before we continue with our shoot. God bless you and welcome to this particular episode. A lot of people reach out with their own encounters around the world. One of them is this lady that reached out to me from Australia. She told me she has a lot to tell us, a lot of encounters that she has experienced, and the main reason why she decided to relocate from Ghana to Australia to have a peace of mind because things were getting out of hand, and if care is not taken, she was becoming confused and she was becoming emotionally drained. She was being drained emotionally, so she decided to relocate out of Ghana with her fiance. This is what happened when she used to be in Ghana 2 years ago. She said she was the head of marketing at one of the popular car dealership companies in Accra that deals with the most expensive cars like the Ferraris, the Jaguars, the BMW, the Mercedes-Benz, all these expensive cars that come into the country, and sports cars that the rich want to drive. Sometimes the musicians also use in their videos, the actors also use in their music videos, in their movies as well. So they get rich clients, and also sometimes if market is not going on well, they travel around the country to meet business people around the country so that they can have negotiations with them. Some also rent their cars for events, politicians and all that. So they deal with rich people. So it allows them to travel a lot. And she was the head of marketing at that company at that time. They brought in this new recruit that was part of the sales and marketing department. So the recruit works directly under her. She's the boss, and she has other 4 people, including the new recruit, so making 5. So there are 6 in general that work under her, and mostly they travel to different parts of the country, travel to different parts of Accra for marketing purposes and all that in order to attract new clients into the company. And also they don't just do buying and selling of cars, they also do rentals. So if you want to rent the cars, they rent them for you. So when this new recruit came, she realized that the guy was very smart and very intelligent, and also was very good at writing report, because anytime they go out on the field and they come back, the guy actually writes good reports. And she said one of the most bitter experience within the car dealership industry is based on her experience. Most of the owners of the companies or the assistants that normally work in the company, sometimes they're allowed to use the cars because you don't have to park the cars down for some time. When you park cars down for so long, the engine begins to have issues. So sometimes they allow some of the workers to take the cars home. If you're looking for the people that womanize a lot, it's the people that deal in cars, because women are attracted to cars. So these workers, most of them drive the new cars. You see them driving Benz today. The next day they are driving a Range Rover, depending on the car dealership or the car company they work at. So mostly they change cars. So you see them dating most of these pretty campus girls, because most of them think the cars belongs to these workers, but they don't know that these workers just take the cars from the companies that they work with and take them home in order to keep the engine warm all the time so that the cars do not deteriorate. When they brought in these new recruits, the recruit was good at reporting. He was charming. He was intelligent as well. So she decided that mostly when they are going on the marketing and advertisement purposes, so to attract new clients, sometimes they just take 2 people to, let's say these 2 people will go to Kumasi today, the following week the next people will go to Takrade, or the next person will go to some part in East Legon to talk about their car brands to some of the rich people that they engage with. And she was coming from a typical Christian home. Her father's best friend is the pastor of one of the leading churches in Accra, and the father is also very active in the church. Sometimes he even preaches. She grew up in a family where Christianity was key, and she wouldn't do anything against the Christian belief that she was taught. Her mother was also part of the leaders of the women fellowship within the same church. So it's a family of Christians, and she had other 2 siblings. She was the eldest at that time, and she was 27 at that time. That's 2 years ago. So now she's 29. So she said when this new recruit came, the guy was very good when it comes to report. He was intelligent, and he was also very handsome. So when they went on their first trip and came back, the report that the guy wrote, the guy actually did a very good report. And she actually liked the report that the guy wrote. So she decided to add the guy to most of the trips that they go around the country, so that the guy will be writing the report and also teach the other ones how to write reports when you go on field trips, especially when you are part of the marketing and sales department, because it is what you put out there to the company or what you give to your bosses that they base their plans on to know how to run the company and also how to attract new business people or new clients into the company to patronize the cars or rent their cars. Because if the cars are being parked for so long and nobody rents them, they'll be running at loss as well. And with time, some of the cars, aside from the vintage ones, some of the cars loses value with time. So you need to either sell them on time, or you need to be renting them out frequently. So she said she started taking the new recruits on the trip. They go to Kumasi, they went to Takrady, they went to Tamale, they went to several places in Accra. And mostly when they travel, the company takes care of the hotel bills, their accommodation, their feeding. All they need to do is to be on the field, locate some of the rich people in other places within the country, and also make sure that they convince those rich people to do business with them, either buy their cars or rent their cars for events. Politicians rent them for big occasions, and also the musicians, the actresses, the producers rent them for their movie production, music shoots, and all that. The company was making money. And she said during one of the trip, they went to Kumasi. She went to Kumasi with the guy. He was the kind of guy that when he starts talking to you as a lady, you would like to listen to him. He will grab your attention immediately. And she was at that time too in a serious relationship with the pastor's son, because she grew up with the pastor's son. So through growing up in Sunday school to the church services, she was part of the choir. The guy was also part of the instrumentalist. So gradually they fell in love, and now their families know that the two of them are in serious relationship, and they were even planning to get married at that time. And the pastor's son was a medical doctor, and she was also a marketing person. So they were planning to get married at that time. She started going on trip with this guy. She was enjoying the guy's report, the guy's vibe. And there are things growing up as a Christian woman your family wouldn't allow you to do. So she's not used to going to the club. She's not used to drinking. She has never tasted alcohol before. She has never done anything that do not conform with the Christian belief. So throughout her life, it's about Christianity. It's about God and the job and the family. That's all her life was about. And also passing her exams and getting good grades. That was all her life was about. The fun that they used to have is just have family picnic, church picnic, or when church goes on excursion or vacation. Those are the times that she gets to have fun a lot, because she loves road trips. And that's why, as part of the marketing department, as the head of the marketing department, she enjoyed traveling around the country and talking to potential clients to come and do business in their company. So they went to Kumasi. Mostly when they go like this, they sleep in different hotels, or sometimes they sleep in the same hotel, and then they meet in the evening in one person's room where they can talk about their daily activities, how things went, some of the positive outcomes and negative outcomes. But it got to a stage they were mostly meeting in a room, and then they'll have that conversation. And because the guy is so charming and so sweet, some of the things that the guy was doing, her boyfriend wasn't doing it at that time, because her boyfriend is also like her. He's also coming from a typical Christian home where he was taught, even before she even had an intimate connection with her boyfriend in the bedroom, it took time before they had it. And after they had that intimate connection in the bedroom, they promised each other that the next one they will have will be after they've gotten married, which they were in a preparation to do their wedding. When they went to Kumasi, the guy came to her room, and then they were having conversation. They started kissing. Initially, she didn't want to give in to the guy, but she realized the guy was so sweet, and she said, why not? She wanted to try. So they started kissing, and that night they had intimate connection in the bedroom before they came back to cry the following 2 days. So when they came, because they had an intimate connection, initially she felt bad, but she enjoyed what the guy did to her in the bed. So they started having a lot of intimate connections, sometimes within Accra, sometimes they will hide and go and have it in the office, which she said she regretted a lot, because she never thought that she would have an intimate connection or sex in her own office building. So sometimes what they do is that when everybody closes and they go home, because they are part of the marketing department, they normally stay behind to do a lot of evaluation of the sales and things that have gone on within the company. So they stay up late. Staying up late in the company, they will have sex in the company or in in her office, in the company. Sometimes they'll have sex in her car. Like they were just having a lot of intimate connection all the time. And she became so addicted to the guy to the extent that it almost affected her relationship with her fiance, that they were even getting married. They were even planning to get married in a few months. And the things that the guy was doing to her in terms of how the guy talks to her, how the guy hold her, how the guy even approach her, doing intimate connection, her boyfriend wasn't giving her that because of the Christian background. And most of us will testify to that most people that grew up in Christian home that do not have access to certain things, should I put it, certain secular things, immediately you introduce it to them, they become so addicted, especially with women. So that was the pot in which she fell into. There was a time they traveled back to Kumasi again to meet one of the prominent business people in Kumasi. She said the man they went to meet is very rich, one of the richest people in Kumasi. So the meeting has to be very on point because the man needed some fleet of cars for some events that he wanted to host in Kumasi. So they had to meet the man, do meetings, sign some paperwork and all that. So that evening when they go back to the hotel, the guy came back to their room, to her room, so that they have deliberation and then evaluation of how things went, and then they can write a proper report. So when the guy was coming, he brought an initial report that he had already written, which was perfect. I mean, they started kissing each other and then wanted to have intimate connection in the bed. And the guy came up with an idea that, they can record the process of the intimate connection, and then later, after the intimate connection in the bed, they can watch it together and then make fun of each other or laugh over it and perfect certain part of it. Record those things and watch them later and then delete them immediately after watching them. And that's where the biggest mistakes comes from a lot of people. I don't know about you, but no matter the level of trust that you have for your partner, I don't think recording yourself doing intimate connections in the bedroom is appropriate, because I always say you don't know what is in the mind of the person you are working with. So she wasn't thinking evil for this guy. So she allowed the guy to do the recording. After that, they watched everything on the phone. And then the guy deleted the video in front of her. So she was thinking that was it. Apparently, after the guy recorded everything, he actually kept a copy in his email before he deleted one of the copy in front of the girl. So the girl didn't know that the guy has sent a copy of that video to his email. She didn't know that the guy has done that. So as they came back to Accra, about a week later, the guy's mother fell very sick. She was very ill. She had stroke. And the guy too wasn't coming from a rich family like she is. She classified her family as a good family. She didn't lack anything. But the guy was coming from a family that wasn't that really good. And because she enjoys the guy's company, she decided to do a lot of things for the guy. The guy called her middle of the night. She drove to their place. They took the mother to the hospital. She paid the bill. She made sure everything was okay with the guy's mother, and then she was discharged. The guy's sister was also going to school at that time. His junior sister was also going to school at that time. She once a while sent money to the junior sister. She liked the guy, and she wanted to do everything within her power to make sure the guy was okay. But she was still dating her fiancé, which she said she felt bad about it, because now she had to be lying to her fiancé to go out at night, which the fiancé was beginning to notice, but she didn't pay attention. When a woman falls in love, she does a lot of crazy things just to make sure that, she maintains the guy and she doesn't lose the guy. So she was taking care of the guy's mother. She was sending some kind of money to the guy. So the guy realized that the girl was actually from a rich family. And that was where the problem was. And that was where the guy took one of the most shocking, stupid, and very sensitive decisions that blew her mind off. They continue having their own intimate connection in the office, in the hotel, in a car. And one day, she invited the guy over because she was there and she missed the guy so much. And her boyfriend at that time too was busy. So she invited the guy over for movie night. They were watching movies. And the thing too is she has her boyfriend's key, the key to her boyfriend's apartment, and the boyfriend also has the key to her apartment. So they can visit each other at any time. She said she was just there, and mostly if her boyfriend is coming to visit her, the boyfriend calls her to tell her that I'm coming around if you're home, or to ask her if she's home, and if she's not home, he can then push it to another day. So that day, the guy didn't call. So they were there when her boyfriend, she heard that her door was being opened Okay, that means her boyfriend was coming around. And the other guy too, they came earlier on, they watched a bit of movies, and then they had a lot of intimate connection from the couch to the bedroom. I mean, they actually dated themselves very well because she was beginning to enjoy the kind of sex the guy was giving her. Come on, she's a Christian girl that has been introduced to a lot of things from a bad boy. So you can imagine the things that she want to do with that bad boy. So they were in the room when the boyfriend opened the door and came in. And she said the lucky that she made that day that the boyfriend didn't caught her was after they had the intimate connection, the other guy went into the washroom to go and shower. So when the boyfriend came, instead of taking the boyfriend to the bedroom, she made sure they sat in the hall. And then she quickly took out her phone and texted the other guy that he should be in the bedroom. He shouldn't come out. So the other guy was in the bedroom and the boyfriend was in the hall. They had some conversation. They laughed. She kissed the boyfriend. And then the boyfriend left because he had to go to work the next day because he's a medical doctor. So when the boyfriend left, immediately the boyfriend left, she let the other guy come out. And then she made sure the guy also left because she didn't want any problem. You might not know the boyfriend might come out. So she said that day she was a bit lucky because being a Christian girl and being in a serious relationship and your boyfriend, your mother, your father, the whole church, everybody knows that this is the guy you are going to get married to in a few months. And then this is he coming to your place to come and catch you with another guy. In fact, a junior colleague at work. That would be very, very, very heartbreaking. And also imagine her father. She was like, her father would just fall down and collapse. Even the mother was very strong, but the mother might suffer some mental breakdown from all this thing because all the things that the church is going to say about them, the father, the mother, and she herself being a Sunday school teacher as well, the things that they are going to say about her, that she's actually cheating and having multiple boyfriends, which she's supposed to live as a role model for the church and also her parents who are very prominent in the church. So that day she actually panicked and she got scared. And she said by the grace of God, the boyfriend didn't catch her. So she and the other guy, they continued their own activities. They were their own intimate connection, traveling together and doing all those things within the country. So she said she was there one day and then the guy called her that he needed 3,000 Ghana cedis for something urgently. And she said the truth of the matter is that she has run out of money now. And if she has to get money, she has to go ask her parents. And now she's working. She doesn't want to be going back and forth with her parents, asking them. And the guy said, why don't you ask your boyfriend? Because your boyfriend is also from a rich family. He has money. So 3,000 wouldn't be a problem for him. Just ask him because I need the money urgently. And the girl said, okay. She will ask the boyfriend. She will find an excuse for the boyfriend and then ask him. If he gives it to her, she will send it to him. But if he doesn't give it to her, she will just find an alternative. So luckily, she asked the boyfriend and the boyfriend sent the money to her and she sent it to this guy. About a week later, the guy called again that he needed 3,500 again for another thing. And the girl was becoming fed up because even though I'm doing everything for you, I'm taking care of you, I'm taking care of your family, I'm making sure everything is good. It's getting to a stage where you are making me feel like you are just having this intimate connection with me and taking advantage of it because you realize I'm from a good family and my boyfriend is also from a good family and my parents actually have money. So you want to take advantage of that. No, she doesn't have any money and she can't ask her boyfriend again that she needs 3,500 when she had already asked the boyfriend a week earlier that she needed 3,000. The boyfriend sent it. So what will she use another 3,500 for again? So the guy didn't talk. So when they met at workplace, the guy came to her office and said he wanted to talk to her. So they are used to each other already. So she laughed and hugged the guy and then they started having conversation. And then the guy showed her the video that they took in Kumasi where they were both, excuse my language, they were both naked and then they were having an intimate connection in the bed that after the intimate connection, they deleted the video. He deleted the video, but he now showed the same video to her in her office. And she was a bit confused, a bit perplexed. And then she immediately asked the guy that, I thought you deleted this video from your phone. And the guy said, oh, he kept a copy because he enjoyed. Sometimes he just watches them. And the girl said, no, the agreement I had with you was you delete it immediately we finish watching it. So why have you kept a copy to yourself and you'll be watching it? What if this copy leaked? What do you think will happen to my parents? What do you think the church would think about me? How do you think my boyfriend, my fiance will see me? What you will crash my world if this thing comes out. And the guy said yes. If she doesn't give him the 3,500 that he has asked for, maybe this video might come out. He said it jokingly and he was laughing. And the girl was like, this is not a joking matter. You are putting me in a tight corner that if care is not taken, it might lead to serious problems for me. Imagine this nude video of me coming out. My mother would just collapse and die. My father might have a mental breakdown. The whole church would turn their back against me. Please, you need to delete this video immediately. And the guy said, he jokingly said he's not going to delete it until, if she wants him to delete it, then she should give the 3,500 that he asked for. Wow. So the girl said she was confused. So immediately she panicked. So she had some money in her bank account, and then she sent the guy the 3,500 and told the guy to delete it. And the guy deleted the video in front of her. Not knowing the guy has spread the video to most of his devices. He has sent it to his laptop. He has sent it to his email. It is on his phone. He has hidden it on his phone. So anytime he wants to get bigger money from the girl, he just used the video as a yardstick. So the girl said it was becoming unbecoming, and she became so fed up. The guy actually drained money from her bank account. She would be there. The guy would just jokingly said, hey, he has seen the video in his email, and he needs this amount to do something urgently. And if she doesn't send it, maybe the video might be leaked on social media. He doesn't know who leaked it. So it was becoming back and forth between her. Now, you that came into the company, I trusted you. I gave you a huge position because I realized you were from a poor background and I wanted to help you. And I realized you were intelligent so that you can also get a place to stand. And I was actually doing a lot of good things for your mom. Your mom was sick. She had stroke. I took her to the hospital, paid the bills. Your sister was in secondary school. I made sure she had the best of things that she could get. I normally shop for her, do a lot of things for her because I began to like you. And this is how you pay me back with something that we both agreed that you would delete. You are using it against me to extort money from me. The girl said the guy did it over and over and over and over again. So it got to a stage, she became fed up. Sometimes she will come to work very confused. Anytime she sees the guy, she will panic that what is the guy going to do next? So she has this uncle of hers, that's her father's direct brother. And that uncle he's not a Christian guy. He's just a normal guy that is living his life, making his money and going. So sometimes when she have issues of the worldly matters, like secular issues, she goes to that uncle and then they discuss it with the uncle because the uncle is willing to listen to those things and then give her advice. She can't discuss that with her parents, especially her father. That would be doomsday for her. She went to the uncle and explained the whole situation to the uncle that this is the stupid thing that I have done with one of the workers that came to the company. I know it's very bad, but the guy was so sweet, he was so charming, and on top of it, he's so intelligent. So one thing led to the other, and then they had intimate connection in the bedroom, and it became frequent to the extent that now the guy has a copy of an intimate connection they did in Kumasi in the bed where she was completely naked. So the guy is using that against her. So the uncle took the information, and then the uncle told her that she shouldn't complain, she shouldn't talk to the guy, she shouldn't say anything to the guy, she should just continue going to work normally because he's going to call some of his friends within the police department to pick up the guy. And if she does anything to signal the guy that they will come and pick him up, the guy might run away and might, out of anger and panic, release the video and leak the video on social media. So she shouldn't say anything to the guy. In fact, she should rather treat the guy nicely. So she said a week later, the guy was picked up by the police. And then because they picked him up unexpectedly, he couldn't have the chance to send the video to certain devices that he had. So the police picked him up. They warned him. They made him delete all the videos from his emails, from his laptops, from his phone, and any other device. In fact, they told him if he doesn't delete them and they see the video anywhere, that is actually against the law and he can actually go to prison for that. So he needs to delete the video, delete everything, and make a promise to the girl that he's not going to ever again threaten her with that video. And then he made all those promises. there was an agreement that was signed and everything. And then the police officers asked the lady, how much did the guy extort from her so far? So far, when she did the calculation, close to 35,000 Ghana cedis. And the police officers were like, they were speechless. Even her uncle was speechless that a girl that saw you had nothing, and she decided to do good to you. You and her were actually going behind her boyfriend, cheating. She was using it to cheat on her boyfriend. She was treating you good. Sometimes you use her facility, you use her car. She allowed you to do everything. She took care of your mom. And this is how you pay her back, by extorting money from her. So they told the guy that he needs to also pay the money back. If he doesn't pay the money back, in fact, he will sleep inside, because threatening somebody with their nude images or videos is actually against the law. You are abusing them. So the police can actually lock you up. So the guy said, okay, they should give him some few months, because now he has no money and all that. So they should give him some few months and all that. He will pay the money back. He doesn't want to go to prison. He doesn't want to sleep in the police cells because his mother is not feeling well, and he's the eldest son. The sister is also young, and she's in secondary school. So he doesn't want to do something that will also worsen the mother's case. And the police officers asked him, and the girl uncle also asked him that, so you know all this thing, and you met somebody who is actually good and is treating you good, and you decided to use something private that the two of you have against the person that is actually treating you good. Who does this? So through the back and forth and everything, the guy now explained his situation to the police, that it is not his will that he wanted to do this thing. He comes from a family that wasn't bad at all in the beginning, but he unfortunately lost the father. The father was a medical doctor in the States, and he lost the father. And ever since the father died, his uncles now see some of the properties, because the father died at a younger age and the father didn't make any will down. So there was no will that the father prepared down. And that was the reason why his family, he and his mother and the sister became broke, because the uncles took almost all of the properties, including the lands and all things that the father left behind, including an apartment that the father built behind. But he didn't know his father owns all these things. It was the stepmother. Okay, the father married two women. So the stepmother that actually told him that your father has property in this region, he has properties over here, he has properties over there, because the stepmother was also good, and the stepmother was close to his mother as well. So the stepmother opened his eyes, but before he could realize, the properties were all gone. The uncles have sold some of the properties. In fact, they've damaged some of them as well. And the police officer and the girl's uncle were like, that is not the yardstick, or that is not the reason why you will blackmail somebody with their nudity. This is something you had with the person in privacy. So why are you using it against the person? So they gave him some few months to pay the money back. But the girl realized that the guy's situation was even bad. So she told the police officers that for the money, he should forget about it. But all she wants is that he should delete the videos and delete any copy that he has. She doesn't want to wake up one day to see that, these videos are circulating somewhere, and that will be serious problem for her. So they made him delete all the videos and made him take a vow and made a promise that in case they see the video anywhere, he will be in serious trouble with the law. But the girl said after that incident, she didn't feel well working in the company again, and she didn't feel well seeing the guys' faces every day in the company, because they solved the issue behind closed door without the company workers, other workers, and her bosses knowing that this was the issue that was happening between her and the new worker that they recruited. So they made the guy make all the promises, but she said she was restless, because she didn't believe that the guy had deleted everything entirely. So, and up to now, she hasn't told her fiance the issue that happened. She just convinced the fiancé that they need to relocate out of Ghana and start life as a couple. She's tired of being in Ghana and all that. And the fiancé also said that he was also planning to relocate to Europe to further his medical education, or to do other courses within the medical field, okay, in order for him to get like higher pay in his department. So they decided to relocate to Australia, and a few months later, they got married about a year ago, and then they've given birth. Her fear is that she doesn't want her boyfriend to find out all that she has done. She knows that the uncle is not going to tell the boyfriend, because that uncle is a guy man. He's not going to speak about it. But she is scared that maybe one day she will wake up, and then this boy will stupidly release this video and say somebody stole his phone. Even though he has deleted it off from the device and they've warned her, they've warned him, she's still restless. She still doesn't believe. So every day she wakes up with that mental torture that what if one day that video gets on social media, her daughter might see it and her fiance might see it, and that will be a total shutdown for her. So from that moment till now, even though she's married, she's happy, she's living a good life with her husband, she's still having that mental torture every single day. So when she watched the hookup girl story that we published a few days ago, she felt she need to come out to share it, so that most ladies that go into intimate connection in the bedroom with guys, and the guys convince them to let's record videos and later we can watch them of ourselves and those things. To her, she doesn't want ladies to be doing that because most guys are stupid. They can use it against you. And I asked her, so at the first place, why did she agree for the guy to record the video? And she said, sometimes when you are not used to something, she wasn't used to all this and having a bad boy and all those things. She grew up in a Christian home. So when she met this guy and the guy was introducing her to a lot of things, she thought it was fun and she just wanted to try it. And that night too, the agreement was very simple. We record it, we watch it afterwards, and then you delete it. She didn't know the guy had other motive for the video. She didn't know. Until after everything, when the guy started extorting money from her, then she realized that was the guy's true motive. So she's saying, if you're out there, you're a lady, no matter how you trust your partner, there are certain things, don't let your partner do it, because you don't know what is in the person's mind. She has suffered until now. She's still suffering from that mental torture. She'll wake up, sometimes she'll be there when she goes on social media, she'll have that panic that what if I go and see my video on there? What if I go and see my video online? Today, she's suffering from that. Even though she doesn't talk to the guy again, she has blocked the guy and everything, but she still have that mental torture. And she's advising all of us, if you're going into a relationship, please be careful of some of the recordings that you do. Some people are stupid. They don't act maturely. So you need to be very careful. So guys, if you've realized our thumbnails have been on fire of late, because I brought in a thumbnail designer who is working on our thumbnail. He's also a graphic designer as well. Please, on Instagram, it's Identified World. That's the name of the brand on Instagram, Identified World. Reach out to them this Christmas. If you want to design a Christmas gift card for your lovebird, I'm talking about proper lovebird, so not someone that will extort money from you. Proper lovebird. If you want to design Valentine gift card for your loved ones, proper loved ones, not the ones that will extort money from you. You want to design it for them. You have events coming up this Christmas, events coming out throughout next year, throughout the year. All the event posters, event flyers, billboard design, all those things, printing. They do printing, whatever you want to do within the designing field, from designing it to printing it or whatever you want to do, please contact Identified World. And please, if you want to join our WhatsApp platform in order to get some of our behind the scenes and get the links immediately we publish them, the number will be placed on the screen as well as some of the charity works we've done through this program. We've helped a lot of people. You guys have helped us help a lot of people with donations, especially some of the taxi drivers that were in deprived situation. You guys have helped them, and I would like to say God bless all of you for those things. If you want to donate to the program to support some of the trips that we do across the country. We've traveled extensively to Kumasi. We've been to Takrady to interview fishermen. We've been to Volta region, Cape Coast, Takrady, all those places to shoot. But all these things cost us a lot of money. And these are some of the reasons why we introduced the across-board segment. Across-board segment idea was initially to travel across other parts of Africa to bring you encounters, but because of financial situations, that's why we are taking the stories and then sharing them with you. But it's part of the bigger project that we want to do to travel and bring you encounters from other parts of the world. So if you want to donate to support the charity event, our charity project, and also the program, please, the number will be placed on the screen. And please patronize the service of the Identified World guys, the graphic designers. They are really, really good. Their works will be placed on the screen as well. God bless you. Please, if you are going into any friends with benefits, any fling, any flirting thing, any relationship, any partnership with anybody that has to do with intimate connection in the bedroom, be very, very careful as to the level of access you give people. Because when you give people too much access, sometimes some people are matured but think like children. so they misbehave. Be very careful, especially with ladies. And if you're a guy out there and you've ever leaked a lady's intimate or a lady's private stuff, shame on you. A big shame on you. No lady should be subjected to that kind of stupidity. Shame on you. And if you are a guy out there who is planning to do that too, you have to stop it, because if the law gets you, you go to prison. It's not a joke matter. You go to prison. If you're a lady who also want to do it to a guy too, shame on you. Don't plan on doing anything like that. Come on, let's have relationship with people like we are matured. Let's behave like matured people in relationship, and not extort people when they give you privilege or advantage or show you or welcome you, like this lady did to this guy. And now see the situation he has put her into. She can't sleep. Even though she's happily married with her fiance, she can't sleep, she can't do anything. She wake up every day and still having that mental torture. Please, let's treat each other with respect and let's love one another. God bless you. My name is Dr. Sam. Until we meet again, it is bye-bye from myself and everyone else. Bye-bye.